I hope that each of you had a happy Thanksgiving and a Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year celebration. And after a 2-month break, it's time to resume our slow journey through the book of Isaiah. And we resume with episode 141 of Pausing on the Prophets. And today we are looking at Isaiah 23, verses 1 through 7. And Isaiah writes, "The oracle concerning Tyre. Wail, O ships of Tarshish, for Tyre is destroyed without house or harbor. It is reported to them from the land of Cyprus. Be silent, you inhabitants of the coastland, you merchants of Sidon. Your messengers crossed the sea and were on many waters. The grain of the Nile, the harvest of the river, was her revenue, and she was the market of the nations. Be ashamed, O Sidon, for the sea speaks, the stronghold of the sea, saying, I have neither travailed nor given birth, I have neither brought up young men nor reared virgins. When the report reaches Egypt, they will be in anguish at the report of Tyre. Pass over to Tarshish, wail, O inhabitants of the coastland. Is this your jubilant city, whose origin is from antiquity, whose feet used to carry her to colonize distant places?" At the beginning of chapter 23, Isaiah turns his attention back to the nations. If you remember, this long section we are in is full of judgment against the nations surrounding Israel. Though there was a brief break, as we saw back in October, where he was talking about Israel in general. But in chapter 23, the focus is on Tyre, and we see in verse 3 that Tyre was the market of the nations. Its importance is evident, is that it brought grain from Egypt. But according to verse 1, its harbors and its houses are no more. And the result? Shame, we see in verse 4, and anguish, we see in verse 5. Those from Tyre and those who trade with Tyre are all confounded. How could such a thing happen? How could we have placed such confidence and hope in what turned out to be an illusion? We humans live with a sense of certainty with what we have become accustomed to. The mail will arrive, the supermarket will have what we need, the car will start. And when those things don't happen, we too experience some emotion. Maybe not anguish or shame, as in this case, but emotion nonetheless at the failings of what we thought was sure. And so whether big or small, things and places and people in this life are not certain. God can, in a moment, put an end to what was, as the text says, from antiquity. And so let us, in the new year, put our trust in God, who alone is faithful and sure.